If you have spent hours and hours at the gym only to have no results, meaning hundreds of sit-ups, hundreds of push-ups, thousands of miles of running, I'm exaggerating, of course, but if that's you and you still cannot get results, you still cannot get that six-pack you're working so hard for, then this video is for you, because you stumbled in the right place, because I'm going to show you how to get ripped the easy way so you can get ready for summer, because everyone can't just unzip their shirt and just show off what they got any time of the year, but I can. Any day of the year I can. And believe it or not, it's so much easier for me now at the age of 35 than when I was 20. Quick story, when I was younger, I used to spend hours in the gym. I used to listen to little bodybuilder guys. I used to have the bodybuilder workouts. I would follow the workouts. And in fact, I found out that it has less to do with the workout, which is actually the easiest part of getting the six-pack. It's the other stuff that you're doing when you're not working out. That's the stuff that really gets you your six-pack. That's the stuff that gives you that confidence, or any time of day you can go and just feel happy knowing that what you're doing actually works all year. And if you're new to the channel, this is layEdgMedia. I make health and fitness videos with longevity in mind, so people can have the longest and most beneficial life possible. Because when I turn 70, I want to be running around with my grandkids. I don't want to be sitting in a wheelchair or sitting on some bench saying, oh, you go ahead, I'll just sit here. No, I want to be right there with them. I want to be utilizing this information and knowledge that we can use for our benefit, so we can change the mistakes that our grandparents and parents before them made ever since this industrial revolution came with all this processed foods and all the reason why the disease rates and everything is going up. All right, we're trying to eliminate that and have the best longevity life possible. So I got a training program. Forget having to go to the gym, forget having to get a personal trainer that you meet up with and pay so much money on. This thing is going to be so much more cost effective. All right, it's going to have weekly training, all right, training workouts, as well as guide videos on what to eat. You already have access to all my videos on YouTube, which is free, so you already get benefit right there. But my training solution uses all that information that is taught on these videos into one course. Literally everything is going to be all in one. Workouts, nutrition, everything's going to be very convenient. You're going to have an app as well. Super convenient, so you can take this thing on the go and start changing your life. No gym needed, no weights. You do it all at home at your own convenience. Start changing your life today. If you're tired of these inefficient workouts that seem like they're not giving you any results, then stay tuned. Because like I said, it gets easier once you finally understand this method. I used to work out in the gym for hours. Now I can be done in 30 minutes. And it's not because I've already built up the muscle and everything, etc., etc. No, it's just that I understand the body and the way it works so much more now than what I used to. I used to think that just doing more work is the way to get your six-pack. I thought that was the only way you could burn fat to get your muscles shown wherever they're at. Little did I know, it doesn't have to do with how much you exercise, but more like how you exercise and when and what you eat. Because here's something, a lot of things you got to consider. What you put into your body is what you're going to get out. So input equals output. We're doing math now, okay? So whatever you put in, meaning you sitting on the couch, that's putting in. You're putting in laziness. You sitting on the couch and not doing nothing all day, eating chips, snacks, candy all day, that's your input. Now, if your input is running, exercise, sit-ups, discipline, then you're at a way better position than someone who doesn't have that, all right? So this video is for people who already passed the point, you know, they already know how to work out, but they're just having trouble getting those results, getting the abs to finally show themselves, all right? Because here's the thing, we have two different kinds of food that we put in. You can put in acidic food and alkaline food. Both of these have side effects, positive and negative side effects. If you're eating nothing but acidic foods meaning foods that are below pH 7, like anything that's more acidy than water, all the meats, soda, coffee, definitely junk food, fried foods, all that stuff is acidic food. And all those things play a part on your hormone. hormones that should be at equilibrium. And when your hormones are at equilibrium, the body functions properly. It's easier to lose fat because there's a couple ways you can gain fat. You can gain fat from eating too much calories and then not working out, not doing anything to match the amount of input that you're putting. Another way is your body can take those really acidic foods and store them on your body as fat, as a means of protection for yourself. All right, so your body's got your best interest in mind. Do your body a favor and help it out. Don't make your body do all the work. You got to help your body out a little bit, because some of y'all, you are working out and then your body spending all day just trying to sort out this BS food you keep putting in it, versus instead of that BS food, you could be putting food that actually has nutrients, because a lot of people are eating food that has just empty calories, like a bunch of bread and pasta, bagels and stuff like that. Many people work out in the morning, do a really good workout, and then they mess up by eating something like eating a bagel with cream cheese for breakfast after that. That was your big mistake. And then you go to lunch and you have Cane's, chicken and French fries for lunch. And then you go to dinner and then you have burger and French fries again for dinner. Like, zero consideration for alkaline versus food. This is that kind of thinking where you think it's just about the workouts. All right, it's not about just the workouts. And in fact, any well-seasoned person is going to tell you it has to do with all the other stuff you're doing outside of your workout. All right, so of course, working out is excellent. Running after the exercise is even more excellent, because you're going to burn excess calories. After you've gone through your sugar storage, you're going to start burning fat. But the thing you got to consider is, when you come back to workout, are you coming back stronger or are you coming back weaker? Did you come back fatter, or did you actually burn the fat? You got to think about those things, because like I said, alkaline, acidic foods actually can distort your hormone production to where you're actually storing food. It halts your testosterone production. So that testosterone that gives you the energy, the mental energy outside of some kind of caffeine or something like that, your normal natural energy to get you going, to get you in the mood for your workout. That's testosterone. And a lot of these acidic and processed fast, crazy foods that are super unhealthy for you are one of the main things that's causing people's downside. It's causing their problems. It's the main cause, the reason why they can't burn fat. You eating all this negative stuff is throwing your body off, making it harder for your body to do what it wants to do anyway. Your body wants to shed that excess fat. It doesn't want to keep that excess fat unless it thinks it needs to. Your body's thinking, if I just absorb this into my body, it's going to be too much inflammation here. I got to store it on fat. That's some people's defense mechanism. So if your body is in complete defense mechanism mode, like you only storing fat all the time, you got to look at the food you're eating, all right? Because let me give you an example. Your body needs to cleanse, all right? So what's one of the foods out there that can cleanse the best, all right? Here's one example. Fruit. Blueberry has an antioxidant called anthocyanin. Anthocyanins are good for cleansing the body from the inside out on a molecular level, because on a small level is where it really counts. Your cells, the way they communicate with each other, right? So you want your body to be cleansed, because when your body's clean, it can operate properly. A side effect of really acidic foods, it throws a hormone off called ghrelin. Ghrelin and leptin are your hunger hormones, the hormones that control how hungry or full you are. So if you're eating nothing but acidic, acidy, processed foods, that is going to throw off your hormone levels for your ghrelin and leptin balance. All right, if your body's creating too much ghrelin, then your body's going to have this unsatiable appetite. You're always going to be hungry. And then if you're eating the foods that are making it worse, what are you doing? You just keep digging this hole that's worse and worse and worse for yourself. All right, so a lot of people, you got to start transferring to more alkaline foods so your body can actually cleanse, so your body can actually be more efficient. Because when your body's efficient, you don't need a huge 40-gram protein steak with 40-gram protein shake. So you got a protein steak and a protein shake. Steak and shake. Yeah, there we go. That's probably where they got their slogan from. You don't need that much protein when your body is actually efficient. You don't need all that excess calories that you kind of don't even really need. All right, unless you're trying to be like a bodybuilder, or trying to be like, unless you're trying to get huge, then you're not necessarily going to be needing all those crazy amount of calories. A lot of people would benefit from just making the body more cleansed and equilibrium and efficient, to where you can take foods like broccoli and get all the protein you need without even having the need to get steak or something. I like steak too, and nothing wrong with it. I eat it as well, but that's not my source of nutrition for my fitness goals. All right, I don't think of, I got to make sure I get my steak tonight and my chicken so I can get my goals. No. That's the fluff to make me feel good. And they're like, oh, make me feel happy and full and stuff. That's not the stuff that I rely on for my nutrition. I know the nutrition comes from that broccoli that's coming with it, because acidic foods, unlike alkaline foods, acidic foods make you take a step forward, but you also take steps back, because there's negative side effects to that acidic food. All right, so you may have amino acids, vitamins, minerals, but it's so acidic that it's causing your body to get inflammation. So you're taking steps forward and then taking steps back, versus with foods like fruits and vegetables, say broccoli. A pound of broccoli and a pound of steak, a broccoli has more protein, more vitamins and nutrients, as well as packed with vitamins and minerals and nutrients. It's also got hydrogen in there, which is super beneficial for the human body's normal everyday function. If you look at the pH scale, that's the reason why it's higher on the pH level. It's way higher than some steak or something. So it's completely good for the body. You only got benefits. You don't have to worry about those negative side effects and stuff. Only thing that's negative about it is it doesn't have as much fat. But there's good sources of fat, and then there's bad sources of fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can have like some good salmon or something, opposed to only eating steak. You know, that's what it's about. Taking those transitional steps to eating better foods. All right, so work out, and when you eat, make sure you're eating amount of calories that is consistent to the amount of output you're putting in. Right? All right, so your input equals to your output. All right, you don't want to be eating all this food, but that day you didn't do nothing but sit on your butt. You know, you need to have, if you're gonna eat a whole bunch of food, save it towards the end of the day. It'd be better for me, for example, intermittent fasting in the morning all the way till about 2 p.m. You know, during that time I'm taking my micronutrients. So, you know, I'm taking in my spirulina. I'm fasting. I may take some of those mushrooms like cordyceps or lion's mane or something like that, just to help my body get functioning properly while it's doing that other cleansing and everything. And then come around 2 p.m. my body's ready to absorb whatever I put in it. It's going to be, my body has had plenty of time to digest and clear out the food from the night before that you ate from dinner, because most people, when they wake up in the morning, they think it's necessary to eat breakfast as soon as they wake up, which is actually not true, because your body needs 24 to 48 hours to digest your food that you're eating completely. All right. So the meal that you ate last night, you're still digesting it. Now the difference is, a lot of people are still digesting BS versus digesting food that has actual good nutrition that's really, really, really good for your body. All right, so which one are you taking in? Once you can answer that question for yourself, then it's going to be so much easier for you to be able to get those results you want. Because remember, input equals output. So if you're eating too much food for the amount of output you're putting out, you know, then you're not going to be able to, you're going to always be trying to catch up to that number of the calories that you're eating. So you want to make sure, like vegetables, super dense in nutrition, low in calories. All right, something like bread or something, low in nutrition, very high in carbs. So it takes up a lot of space, and even when you eat it, you drink water, it spreads and takes up even more space. You know, so that's a downside of it. You can feel full, feel like you ate a full meal, but not really have any nutrition towards, if you have goals, fitness, longevity, to burn fat off those muscles, then you have to consider those kind of things. All right, do yourself a favor. Right now, Google or Bing on the image portion a pH food chart. That's going to help give you a little guideline of some foods, of like basically to understand, like a basic understanding, without having to pull out a pH stick and actually check the pH level of the food and all that other stuff. All right, keep those kind of things in mind, and you'll be burning fat no time, and you'll be getting shredded all year. And if you're new to the channel, this is layEdgMedia. I make health and fitness videos with longevity in mind, so people can have the longest and most beneficial life possible. Because when I turn 70, I want to be running around with my grandkids. I don't want to be sitting in a wheelchair or sitting on some bench saying, oh, you go ahead, I'll just sit here. No, I want to be right there with them. I want to be utilizing this information and knowledge that we can use for our benefit, so we can change the mistakes that our grandparents and parents before them made ever since this industrial revolution came with all this processed foods and all the reason why the disease rates and everything is going up. All right, we're trying to eliminate that and have the best longevity life possible. So I got a training program. Forget having to go to the gym, forget having to get a personal trainer that you meet up with and pay so much money on. This thing is going to be so much more cost effective. All right, it's going to have weekly training, all right, training workouts, as well as guide videos on what to eat. You already have access to all my videos on YouTube, which is free, so you already get benefit right there. But my training solution uses all that information that is taught on these videos into one course. Literally everything is going to be all in one. Workouts, nutrition, everything's going to be very convenient. You're going to have an app as well. super convenient, so you can take this thing on the go and start changing your life. No gym needed, no weights. You can do it all at home at your own convenience. Start changing your life today. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.